Hello, Dragonlings! Welcome to this week's live stream. We're not going to be doing write-ins today. I woke up super tired. I didn't really want to do this live stream, and I'm forcing myself to. So we're going to chat about NaNoWriMo and what we're working on and all that fun jazz. But first, I have got Amy with me today, and if you want to introduce yourself... Oh, wait. Maybe it helps if I introduce myself. Oh, crap. I'm horrible at this today. For those who don't know, I am Sky. I write urban fantasy under the name St. Haggis, and welcome to my channel where I do live streams every Sunday. I do tag videos every other Tuesday, and I do every other kind of video that you can think of on Thursdays. But Amy, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, YouTube. I am Amy Nobody. I don't use my actual name on YouTube because I don't use my actual name on pretty much any social media, which I don't use anyways. So I don't have any social media to share or anything like that. I am a freelance writer who's taking SEO courses so that I can add that to my repertoire of things to do. I've been mostly an expository writer, essays, that kind of thing. This is my first foray into fiction. And Sky has been helping keep me on track and helping me whenever I have I'm a newbie writer freak out. And she's very much been my go-to writer friend as I've been starting to mess around with fiction. I don't have any published work to share. Pretty much I am just here for the sake of running my mouth. And I actually got started with Sky for NaNoWriMo last year. I decided I was going to sit down and start and officially commit to starting writing my very first book. And my goal last year was to finish my outline, which I kind of sort of did, and meet the 50,000 words. And I met them, and I've been working on it for almost a year now. And so I'm joining Sky today to discuss the new NaNoWriMo goals for November 2018.
All right.
And that's my intro.
I'm adding a comment to the chat just in case anyone's just now joining us. What do you plan on working on? Yes. Very forceful with my message. Anyways, okay. So for those who don't know, NaNoWriMo is a month-long challenge that happens in November of every year. It's called National Novel Writing Month, but it's actually an international event. It's just online at NaNoWriMo.org, which I have linked below. I do not have it linked below. I do have it linked below, but it's not an actual link. You'll have to copy and paste it because YouTube's weird. Oh well, I'll fix that shortly. But the challenge is to write 50,000 words in 30 days. And most people start with a brand new project. The idea originally came that you start a brand new project, you write from scratch, and you see how far you can get in 30 days. And it's about starting a writing habit and abandoning all editing and all that fun jazz. And then there are people who are like me, who are considered nano rebels, who don't work on brand new projects, who don't work on novels, who work on multiple novels if you're anything like me, or other random things that involve all of that. So, yeah. Interesting enough, this year, the only year I've actually worked on a brand new novel, the only 2 years I've worked on a brand new novel for NaNoWriMo is in 2009, when I worked on the original draft of Puck's Choice, and 2013 when I worked on the first draft of Jenna's story. Every other year I've worked on multiple projects, or I've been trying to finish up project. So
you started me off on the rebel path. You started me off with a project I was already working on. I didn't know that.
Yep. Sorry.
It's okay.
You're screwed. You're screwed. You're gonna be forever be a rebel now. Sorry.
Yeah. I was about to start singing that Renegades song, but I don't want to get copyrighted.
Yeah, because we've had that happen once.
Uh-huh. Oh, I did think of one thing you skipped over. It is free to join. All you have to do is create an account, and basically all you have to give is an email address. My NaNoWriMo is just as much locked down as everything else. The only thing on there that's accurate is my email address. So you just sign up with your email and everything else. And one of the things that I really like about the NaNoWriMo is you are when your account is set up, you're alone. Like you're not automatically like, hey, go check out these people or anything like that. You have to go find your groups where people are talking and stuff like that. I appreciated that because I didn't have the pressure of having to interact with other writers right off the bat. But all you have to do is just basically look around a little bit. You don't have the pressure of immediately having to introduce yourself and, you know, what's my project, all that kind of stuff. If you want to skip all that in the beginning, you can. And then when you're ready, you can go seek out communities on NaNoWriMo and off NaNoWriMo to talk to people if you want to. But free to join, pretty simple. The only thing that it really does is asks for a word count, which you can update freely every day. You can change it higher. You can even change it lower if you want to be honest. And then at the end, they do ask you to verify your 50,000 words, but you just copy and paste it into their verify box. And if I understand correctly, they do not save that at all. It's just a little box, and its only purpose is to count the words, to verify, and then it's instantly deleted if you're one of those people who might be worried that they might be trying to, you know, save it to your account and stuff like that. No. It's an instant verify box, and then it all goes away.
Yep.
So that's how you win NaNoWriMo, basically. And my 50,000 words last year was bad. But I came up with like 50,034. I just squeaked by. And that was enough. The counter verified 50,034 words. And I got my little certificate. Oh, and when you win, when you win, after you verify your 50,000 words, you get a winner's goodies. And they have discount codes for things like Scrivener and Scrivener's sister company, Scapple. I think we figured that's out what it was last time. And then they also have, each year they seem to have a different variety of other independent writer tools. Like some of them are some courses for some places. Some of them are some, hey, here's a direct connection to this editing community where you can start looking for an editor or something like that. And the two main ones are Scrivener and Scrivener's sister company, Scapple. But the rest of the goodies, I've never redeemed, but I did find some cool tools that I added to my, hey, check these out when I'm ready to type of list. So it's pretty nifty. It changes every year a little bit. And you get some discount codes on some merch if you're one of those people who likes NaNoWriMo t-shirts and mugs and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm updating the links mentions section of the live stream with the NaNoWriMo, the actual NaNoWriMo site link and the Scrivener link.
You're good about
sorry,
that.
I'm being quiet. You're good. But yeah, so if you're watching this, tell us what you plan on working on for NaNoWriMo, or if you plan on participating at all. Okay, I updated everything.
All right, how about you go first, since it's your video?
Yeah, okay. As I mentioned before, I'm actually going to be working on multiple projects. I have got 4 projects in the works right now that might change the closer we get to NaNoWriMo due to what I hear back from my AOM submission, because if I hear back from my AOM submission that I have been brought on, that will become priority no matter what. But I'm working on editing Hunter's Portrayal. I still need to finish that. I wanted to finish it by the end of this month, but I'm not going to force myself to finish it by the end of this month. So I will drag that into NaNoWriMo, which works because my editor and I were talking, and she participates in NaNoWriMo as well. So that gives her more time to work on her project versus trying to edit mine. So I'm giving myself October and November to finish that. I am working on the first draft of Damned and Dangerous, which I've been working on my tablet, which is a urban fantasy vampire hunter medium story. Let's see what else. There is a secret project that actually should be finished by the end of this month because it's one that I have a blurb for, but I'm pantsing otherwise. I don't have an outline for it. I have a basic idea in my head of what I'm doing, but nothing actually written concrete. And I've been working on that off and on, and I'm not certain how long it's going to be, and I'm not really caring either way. Something tells me it's going to be fairly short, actually. It's going to be a novella, probably. And then there's another project that I can't remember the title of off the top of my head. So maybe I'm only working on 3 because I can't think of the 4th one. We'll just go with 3. And then possibly the AOM. If I hear back about the Age of Magic submission that I've been accepted, that will become the #1 priority for NaNoWriMo, even over Hunter's Betrayal. So because they want their stuff fast. So
knowing you, that might be all you have on the books right now, but you will find something to add between now and November. You will.
I know I have a 4th project, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. Hold on, maybe I have it written down in my planner. While you go ahead and talk about what you're working on, I'm gonna look in my planner and see if I do have something written down because I feel like there's another project I'm not remembering.
Okay. My goal for Nano, I call it NaNoWriMo with a short I.
I call it NaNoWriMo because it's National Novel Writing Month.
Yes, I know you're right, but it comes out of my mouth, NaNoWriMo, pretty much every time. So, my goal,
biggest debate of the world.
I know, right? For NaNoWriMo 2018 is to finish the first rough draft of my first fiction book. To be honest, it's my first book ever. All of my writing has been essays and stuff like that. So it's my first fiction work. I actually started on this whole journey in NaNoWriMo 2017, where I worked through to complete. I had been working on the project on and off starting pretty much at the beginning of 2017. So then when November rolled around, I was like, okay, I'm ready to finish my outline. And I did finish my goal for NaNoWriMo last year, but I am not a pantser at all. Just hearing Sky, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that?
You're cringing, I know.
I am a plotter through and through. So while I did finish my outline goal last year, I basically just kept adding to the outline and adding to the outline, adding to the point where, if I'm honest, what I have right now as my very finalist outline is kind of technically a rough draft. I think I could give this to someone and tell them it was my very first rough draft and they wouldn't question it. I have so much detail, so much, it's written down. I have my book. I have some logistics. I have my characters. I have my plot. My book is going to be 7 chapters because it takes a course of 7 days for my sequence of events. And in those 7 chapters, I have 47 scenes. And I have the entirety of the scenes written out. And I'm just calling this my outline. So my goal for 2018 is I finished all of that fancy schmancy outline maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I'm thinking more like 3 because I've been doing a lot of schoolwork in the meantime.
Okay.
So my goal is to finish my very first rough draft. And by that, I mean I'm going through and I have each scene written on its own piece of paper in a spiral bound notebook. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to take each of my 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraph scenes and I'm going to write them out with all my purple prose, all of my, complete sentences, write out my actual dialogue, all that kind of stuff. And it's crawling along. Honestly, I've been dealing with a lot of other stuff for the last 3 months-ish. So I have not been doing this nearly as much as I should. But I did some math in preparation for today's video. I have 47 scenes and I have 30. 1, 2. I have 30. I have 47 scenes, and I think I have something like 44 days between now and the end of November. Something like that. Or 47 days or something like that. But I have just a few less than if I write one scene every day that I'll finish it by the end of November. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to start my prep now and make sure that I kind of wrap up anything that I have going right now, because I have some scenes that are incomplete, some scenes that are just god awful because this is my first time ever doing this. And I want to clean them up a little bit before I go into NaNoWriMo. And because I have 10 of my 47 scenes that are either completed or started as of now. So that'll give me 37 scenes to complete in 30 days. So I do my math and all that kind of stuff. I'm aiming for 1 scene per day, regardless of whatever that makes my word count. I know it will add up to be more than 50,000 words because I tend to run my mouth. So I'm not worried about my word count. I'm worried about my timing. That's my goal for 2018. Finish my rough draft completely between now and NaNoWriMo. I'm going to try to finish whatever I've got going now before November so that I can genuinely start on a new phase at the beginning of November. And I'm aiming for 1 scene a day for my first ever fiction book.
There you go. That sounds like a plan. That's actually probably a better plan than I have because I have no plans.
You are a pantser. You definitely are.
I'm not a pantser though. I'm a plotzer. I do a little bit of plotting and then I just go from there. Literally the secret project is the only, this is actually the first thing I have pantsed since I did NaNoWriMo in 2009 with Puck's Choice. This is the first thing I've completely pantsed since then. So.
Sure.
Yeah. Except for short stories. Short stories I don't count because none of my short stories are over 5,000 words anyways, and I can do 5,000 words in like less than an hour no matter if I'm pantsing or plotting. So yeah. Well, that's not true. That's less than a day. Sorry, let me rephrase that. That was a lie. Less than an hour was a lie. I wish I could write that fast. That would be amazing.
Right?
So I don't have another project written down that I'm working on at all. So I don't know where I'm getting 4 projects from, but apparently there's 4 projects in my mind. Maybe I was counting the Age of Magic submission if I get accepted for that. I don't know. Maybe that's where the 4th project came in. But so you already talked a little bit about how what you're prepping for. And as I said, I'm not prepping, but actually the main reason I'm not prepping is because from November let me look at the calendar. November 3rd, I leave November 3rd for Tennessee to join a friend, and we're going to Las Vegas because on the 6th through 8th is 20 Books Las Vegas 2018, which is a convention I'm going to in Las Vegas that is geared towards marketing and self-publishing. And so I'm going to be out of town for a full week from the 3rd to the 10th, at least. And there's a possibility I might not even be back until the following Sunday, which would be the 11th. So that's a full week of not writing, basically. I'll be writing a little bit, but I'm planning in my mind that I will not have time to write, even though I will, so that I don't force myself to try to fit writing in when I should be focusing on that event.
So how do you plan to handle that if you get the positive feedback from the AOM?
I am already starting to work on my transcription.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I can't physically write, I will be doing transcription in my hotel room in the evening. So, yep.
That counts, though. That is effort
That is,
towards your goal.
yep, that is writing. I've been kind of lucky because since I went ahead and was passed on to the next round, I've been kind of outlining the full first book already a little bit, not much, just in case they do say, no, we don't want you. So that I'm somewhat ish prepared if they do say, yes, we want you. So I can hit the ground running with that, which will make it so much easier with transcription anyways. So another thing I'll plan on doing is I don't have any right in front of me. Oh, yes I do, sort of. Come here. Don't fall over, Sky. Don't fall over. This ain't worth it. Oh, goodness. I have index cards, and probably what I'll do is I'll take my index cards with me on this trip so that, again, I should hear back before this trip whether or not I've been accepted. In fact, I should hear back sometime the last week of October whether or not I've been accepted, which is before I go to Vegas. And if I am, I will start seriously plotting and all that fun jazz. And if I'm not, then I won't have to worry about it, I guess. So, meh.
So it's all up in the air until you hear
It's
back.
all up in the air. It's all up in the air until I hear back.
Yeah. Somewhere in there, you also have to squeeze in the bi-monthly goals video. I think we decided to do that on like the 20th.
That's going to be, yep, the 28th of this month, which is also before NaNoWriMo, so we're good there.
Mm-hmm.
Go play your video game. Go, Graceland? Don't care. Go play. So, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that about sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will be using Scrivener pretty much exclusively to work on my writing. I love the level of organization that you get in Scrivener. The fact that you have the big corkboard and then the folders, and within the folders you can have folders, and within those you can have folders. It's perfect for me. I have my big corkboard, and then I have 7 folders for my 7 chapters, and then in each folder I have a document for each scene. So navigating, it's been making it very useful, very helpful for me to do the writing the way I've been doing it. I'm not doing anything in order just yet because this is my very first time. I have been writing what I think to be the least important scenes first. That way I can kind of just get in the flow before I get to important scenes. That way when I come back and I go back through for my editing, it'll just be easier to edit my bigger, more important scenes. So that's what I've been doing so far. Scrivener makes that so easy. And yeah, I'll be using Scrivener pretty much exclusively for this project to try it out and all that stuff. Which
Nice.
we've talked about. We've geeked out about Scrivener once before already.
We have. I'll link those down below too. Our Scrivener chats, both parts, because our video cut out near the end of our discussion, and we went back to live again. So that's always
dramatic. We don't need to talk about it. No. Basically, we just lost connection, and it left me alone to run my mouth into the abyss, and I didn't handle it very well until Sky came back.
She cracked under pressure, y'all. She cracked.
I did. I cracked. I crumbled.
And I mean, I laugh about it every time. I'm such a horrible person, I know.
How about you? What will you be using? You mentioned transcription, tablets. How do you keep all of this straight so that you can meet your word count?
So different projects are actually on different formats because I jump around computers, and that's part of the reason I have so many projects going. So at work, if I'm working on any stories during my breaks at work, or if there's some downtime at work, I use Notepad, and the secret project is being completely written in Notepad, so I don't worry about word count with it. And that's one of the main reasons I'm doing it in Notepad, even though I have other options. Damned and Dangerous is exclusive on Scrivener. which is on both my laptop and my tablet. Then Hunter's Betrayal was originally on Scrivener. However, since we're in the editing phase of it, it's now completely in Microsoft Word, because that's what my editor I use to track changes and comments and all that fun jazz. So that's exclusively in Microsoft Word now. And then the Age of Magic submission is up in the air. If I get it, I'll be using transcription probably at first, but that, because it's a co-authorship project, it will be in Google Docs, which that's going to be something I have to get used to because I can't stand Google Docs.
I kind of liked it. When I used it all the time, I very much appreciated how easily shareable and kind of like interactive they make it for other people. I'm going to get a new laptop probably for Christmas.
Yay!
Woohoo! I'm debating getting a year of that live or that 365 or whatever it is, because I'm going to be reaching a point with my writing where I'm going to want to share it with people, like you and my other two friends who I'm always like, read it whenever I finish something. And currently, the way that I share my work is I burn it to a CD and then mail the CD.
Okay.
I'm thinking I would kind of like to maybe switch it over to keeping it all online, and that I want to call it Live 365, but that's not what it is. It's 365, Office 365, something like that. Now I need to know.
I want to know.
I do. It's the as soon as I say it, you'll know what I'm talking about because we talked about it the other day. Microsoft. Office 365. Yeah, Microsoft 365, Office 365.
Okay.
It's just their, it's their nice fancy one. I'm thinking about going ahead, and we discussed this when we were talking about Scrivener, how awesome Scrivener was because it gives you all of these options. But Scrivener does not have an option to make it very easy for you to share your work, to just give someone a number, give someone a login name and a password, and say, hey, you can log in any place, anytime, and look at it. And that's the point that I'm at now, where I kind of need that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about going ahead and just biting the bullet and getting that 365. I think I might get it. I know 30 days, maybe even a year, if I pick the right laptop for free.
And, I was gonna say, I think most laptops these days come with a year subscription of it, but I could be wrong.
I know they come with a month. I know almost everything comes with a free month. Okay. But I'll definitely be looking into that. I don't want to get it and then use it and then have another annual subscription I have to keep up with. I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah. But hopefully that won't be an issue if my book takes up.
There you go.
If every writer's dream comes true for me, that won't be an issue.
Yay!
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I will be using Scrivener. I'm probably going to switch it over to the Microsoft 365. I do have one more question for you, though. How do you plan on verifying then if you're going to have chunks here and chunks there? Do you do the copy and paste it from here and there into the Word box? Or do you try to find one project that's over 50,000 words and put that in because you worked on it?
So what I do is I track all my word counts. I'll be using I won't be using the NaNoWriMo. The NaNoWriMo site allows you to track your word count like as a whole. But because I'm working on multiple projects at once, I'll be tracking a bunch of different word counts, and I'll track them in my planner. But another thing I'll be doing is using a site called WordKeeper Alpha, which I will link below because I didn't realize I hadn't linked that yet. And that allows me to keep track of multiple projects at once, and it'll give me a daily total for how much, like say I work on a little bit on all 3 projects or all 4 projects one day, and then only one project the next. For that one day I worked on multiple projects, it will give me a total word count across all 3.
That's
And
exactly what you need when you got multiples, huh?
yep, and that's what I'll do, and I'll input that total into the Nano site. And when I have a full total and I go to verify, what I usually do, because this is not the first time I've done multiple projects, I'll go to a project that is over that word count and copy the amount that I know I have total, because when you verify, it does, depending on what program you use and what kind of word count that the Nano site uses, it varies in the number of words.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just copy and paste the total number of words that my stuff says I have, and then I'll paste that into the Nano verifier. It won't even be related to any of the projects I've already worked on. It'll be one that's already done that's well over 50K.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, that WordKeeper Alpha thing sounds spot on if you're somebody who works on multiple projects at a time, just for, especially meeting this NaNoWriMo thing if you're serious about participating.
Yep. The other thing about WordKeeper Alpha is, so it basically looks exactly like the Nano word count tracker, but it's year round. So you can use it at any time of the year. It can allow you to you can track goals, you can track word counts, you can track I think they've added features in now that you can track editing. So if you go by hours edited, it allows you to track all that kinds of stuff too. So
Is
that's
this
really
free?
nice.
Is it an app or is it a website? Do you have to create an account?
It's a website. You have to create an account, but it's like Nano. They just need your email address, and it's for you only. So it's not for any outside.
Mm-hmm.
No one outside will see it unless you do like screenshots. And it's completely free. Which
Cool.
now you're speaking my language when you say something's free.
I still prefer things to be a website as opposed to an app. Like I do not go crazy with my apps on my phone. I've got very minimal apps on my phone. I do have a tablet where if I want to try out a new game and I'm like, ooh, app, download it on that. But even that, I can't go crazy with it. So when somebody says that, oh, it's a website where you create an account, I'm like, yes, thank you. Everything now is app. They're like, you don't even have to create an account. You just download the app. And I'm like, I am creating an account when I download the app. I know that's how it works. So, I very much appreciate it being a website that you can interact with as you please, as opposed to an app that's going to take up more space on my phone. And I have a love-hate relationship with touchscreen phones. I want my BlackBerry with my keyboard back.
Yeah.
But
I want a query board. I know that feeling. I want a query board so bad.
Yeah. When I break these phones like on the regular. So I don't bother with going to my phone company and getting, I don't even bother anymore with, Verizon, you can get the snazzy new phone, or they all work like that, but you can get the snazzy new phone and it's just like an extra $20 to $30 on your bill each month until you pay it off.
Yeah.
I don't even do that anymore. I go to Walmart and I get one of the Straight Talk or whatever's, and I just put my SIM card in the new phone and then figure out how to transfer over whatever I need to transfer over. Everything I have is backed up on Google Cloud or whatever it is. So it's pretty easy to just put your SIM card in a new phone, log into your email, boom, everything's done.
Yep.
But so just a tip, if you're one of those people who breaks your phone regularly, like I am, don't even worry about it. Just back it up on Google. They have copies of your information, whether you like it or not. Back it up on Google and just hope you don't break your SIM card. So that's all I do nowadays. My phone cost like $55, I think it was. It's not one of the new snaztastic ones with all the awesome stuff, but if I break it, it's going to cost me less than 1 month's phone bill to replace it, so I'm good.
There you go.
And I do break them regularly. Like I break 2, maybe 3 phones a year.
Holy crap! I thought I was bad.
No, dude, I'm so bad. I think it's because, not that I think they're indestructible, but the size of them, when I put them in my pocket, if I'm not wearing the right shaped pockets, they will just fall out.
Yes, because girls' pants don't have real pockets.
No, they don't. They don't. Girls' shorts, girls' athletic pants, they don't have real pockets. And I live in the country, and I live by water. So sometimes I'm walking through the woods, and twice I've been crossing the stream, and my footing slips a little bit, and I'm like, oh, wobble, wobble, and I don't fall into the stream, but my phone does fall out of my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 or 3 times a year, I'm like, I did it again. We have to go to the store. We have to make a special trip. I did it again. And one time, I dropped my phone, and I think this phone kamikazed. It was in my hand, and I was reaching to set it on the safe tabletop where no harm could befall it, and this thing rocketed out of my hands straight for the floor. It landed face down, shattered the complete front of it, popped off the back cover, and threw out the battery, and dislocated the SD card. It hit so hard that even the little SD card that slides up into that tight little spot slid out a little bit and was crooked in the hole. And I was like, how did you even do that? You fell 3 feet to the floor straight down, and it just... I'm like, I did it again. We have to go buy a new phone. So whatever. Thankfully, I have not done anything yet to destroy my SIM card. So it has been as simple as put my old SIM card into a new phone and keep going. So I am not looking forward to the day when I finally manage to find a way to destroy my SIM card, because then I'm going to have to do the whole new number, new account, new this, new that. That's not going to be fun. But fingers crossed, knock on wood, to date, it's just a matter of just taking the SIM card, putting it in a new phone. And that's also part of the reason why I have never embraced bringing this whole rant back around to something that's actually relevant. That's also part of the reason that I have never embraced writing on my phone. I've never used my memo pad, my notepad, or I know a couple writers who will do that. They have like a notepad or something like that. I don't think it's the Microsoft Notepad program. I think it's just, what the phone calls. Hey, this is a notepad for you to take quick notes. But I've seen them, typing away on that thing for, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, because they're not at home, but they are not doing anything, and they're writing on their phone. And I keep my writing exclusively to my laptop, and then I back it up on my external hard drive. And I know you've got a system that includes a USB card and your tablet and your laptop, all that.
Yep.
It sounds it sounds like you've got a pretty good system, though, considering you use like 4 or 5 devices, 4 regularly, and sometimes that 5th one.
3.
3?
3 devices.
Wow.
Well, 4 if you want to count my phone.
Yeah. That's what I was
doing. And with my phone, I have done what you're talking about. I have written stuff on my phone. Not usually I usually just take notes on it, but I actually did have that happen. I reset my phone. I had some apps not working correctly, and I reset my phone to factory settings, not realizing that my stuff wasn't backed up to Google. And all those notes I had taken in the quick memo portion of my phone, which is what my app is called, they disappeared.
No, I would be infuriated.
So luckily it wasn't like super important notes. A lot of it was like stuff from my trips that I've taken this year, random things that I've written down as far as like sites I want to see and stuff like that. So it wasn't super important, but it was still like gut wrenching when I realized that they were gone.
Ugh.
I was just like, oh man. And then I had no one to blame but myself, because I should have double checked to make sure that everything was backed up like it should be, but it hadn't been.
I hate that feeling when you realize that there's nobody to blame but yourself. Because you're like, what happened? Stupid goo. Oh, damn, that was me.
It was me. Dang it.
Yep.
It's my fault.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
Let's see. But as far as, okay, so you brought it up, actually, the fact of how you're planning on backing up your work, because one of the horror stories I hear about with NaNoWriMo every year is how someone lost their work. And it sounds like you have a good plan. You have everything saving, because you're working exclusively in Scrivener. You have everything saving in Scrivener, and then you have an external hard drive you back everything up to. I know for me personally, it's like you were talking about, my projects save to I have a USB flash drive that I save to. I save to my hard drive on my laptop. I save to my hard drive on my tablet, which is a Windows tablet, by the way. It's not, so it uses apps, but it uses Windows program apps that they use for Windows 10 because Windows 10 has gone towards apps instead of programs. Everything is called an app on Windows 10 instead of a program.
Great.
So my tablet uses the Windows program apps. That is so difficult to say. Rather than phone Android apps or iPhone, whatever iPhone's apps are called. So I back stuff up to both those hard drives, and I actually have an external hard drive. I still one of my goals for September and October is to organize all my computer files because what I want to do is I have an external hard drive that I'm going to be backing everything up to from both systems. And then if I'm working on a work computer, everything gets backed up to the flash drive as well as I email everything to myself too at the end of the day. So I've got that backup as well in case the flash drive fails. Because I've had that happen multiple times. I've gone through so many flash drives, it's not even funny because the flash drive itself, something happened during transport and it failed. It got corrupted.
I had my SD card do that just the other day. I'm actually going to go like tonight probably and go get a new SD card for my phone because it was working and then it wasn't. And it was making my whole phone mess up. And all I had to do was take out my SD card and everything went back to normal. But that means all my pictures, my music, all that kind of stuff, I'm going to have to copy over. But oddly enough, when I put the SD card in the computer to look at everything that's on it, it works perfectly fine. But then I put the SD card into the phone to use it, and it locks up the phone. So I'm like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. 32 gigabytes is like $10. So just replace it and copy over my important stuffs.
Yeah, I gotta replace my SD card for a similar reason, but when I put it in the computer or I put it in my phone, it got corrupted. That was one of the things that happened when I reset the phone. Something didn't reset correctly.
Yeah.
And it screwed up my SD card when I did that. But luckily for me, I had backed up everything on my SD card. Since I use my phone for filming and I have everything go straight to my SD card, everything was already on my computer as far as the SD card goes. So it was empty, but it won't. In my phone, it says I need to format it, and it gets like 20% into formatting it and says it's done, and then it's like there is no SD card loaded. I'm like, well, fuck you too.
I hate that. I'm pretty patient in life in general, but when it comes to like malfunctioning technology, I get real irritated real quick. And I think it's because I don't understand most of it. And so I'm not even sure what's wrong to know, oh, well, do I just shut it down and turn it back on and it'll fix itself? Or if I shut it down, am I causing a sequence of cascading failures that is going to totally screw me? So when it comes to devices malfunctioning, I get real irritated real quick.
I am slowly getting that way. I know the feeling.
Oh, it's just about this, I mean, all the other things that I do in life, I'm good. I'm not touchy, but if my phone hesitates more than like 3 seconds after I unlock it, I start getting like, come on. Does anything that's not like instantaneous, because I try my best to keep everything. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Uh-oh. I think she's yelling at a chicken, y'all.
No, I'm yelling at a coyote that just killed one of my chickens.
Oops, that's not good.
Yep, I could see it right here through the trees because I'm outside in the camper.
Oops. Welcome to North Carolina, where we have coyotes.
Yeah. There's nothing I could do about it. It's over here! I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute while I go scope this out. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, you're good. Oh, crap. Now she's left me hanging. Dude, goodness. Okay. What were we talking about? Backing up. So, yes, if you have lost anything in the past, there are multiple ways to back your stuff up. If you are doing stuff through Google Docs, that's the word I'm looking for. Google Docs backs up everything automatically, which is part of the reason that the co-authorship program that I'm looking at joining uses Google Docs, is for that reason specifically. Other than just the shareability, it saves everything automatically. Scrivener has the option to back up automatically whenever it closes, so that's always good. But again, anything can happen, so it's good to have backup copies of everything, which is why I save 2 flash drives. You can save 2 external hard drives, which I have one that I'm going to be formatting and using soon as to clean up my computer files. And then there's also you can email programs, email documents to yourself. You can email words to yourself. Gwendolyn, there's no trash bag in there. Can you please put it in the trash bag that's beside the trash can? And anything you've thrown in that trash can this morning, can you please put it in that trash bag? Thank you. So yeah, back up your work, definitely. Even if what I'll be doing in the future is having my external hard drive plugged into my main computer 24/7, and I will be making sure that it does a backup once every 24 hours, hopefully, or at least once a week.
Halloween is
here. Hello. Everything okay?
We don't know yet. We live in the woods, so there's some designated areas that we can get to easily and some that we can't. And that's on the other side of the fence. So it's not even on our property. I can just see it clearly from where I am in the yard. That's why I yell. But I don't know. I couldn't tell if it got anybody or not, so we'll just have to do a chicken count here in a few minutes.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Farm life.
Yay, farm life.
You know,
I'll be dealing with that next year.
Woohoo!
I'll have to deal with bears and wolves.
Oh. Gonna have to get some big dogs.
So that's gonna be fun.
Yep. But anyways, I heard you were discussing backing up.
Yep. I was like, I was floundering, and I was like, what do I talk about? Oh, we were talking about backing up. I'll just continue that. So yeah, one of the next things I'll be doing is organizing all my computer files again, because I'm noticing I've got stuff everywhere from where I've saved backups of my flash drive on my computer.
When I did that, for a little while when I was using 2 laptops. The way that I fixed that was I bought a 5 terabyte external hard drive. I just bit the bullet and bought the great big one. And I just copied everything onto that terabyte and then organized it on the terabyte. And from then on, when I got on my other devices and came back to my other devices, I copied the organized version from the terabyte into the old device. So yeah, that helps a lot. To get everything in one place at one time, that was what saved me when I was having multiple pieces of my multiple projects.
Yeah, I have a 1 terabyte external hard drive that I'll be putting everything on. I've already started the organization process a little bit, because I was organizing YouTube videos and the thumbnails that I do for my YouTube videos last weekend after our live stream. I spent the rest of the day doing that, I think. And which was fun. Didn't realize, that was when I realized how unorganized all my stuff was. I knew it was unorganized, but I didn't realize how unorganized until I started doing that. Because like I said, I spent all day doing that, and I only did 2 files because I was working on literally just the thumbnails and the videos. That was it. I haven't even started looking at my pictures of anything else. I haven't looked at all of my documents. I'm scared to look at my document stuff, because that's going to be the fun mess, where things have the same title but they're different formats from different computers, or they're like, I was working on one computer and then I worked on another computer and updated that same file but never copied it over, so the updated versions will be different.
Yeah, that's going to be a headache.
Oh yeah, and this is one goal that I'm already prepared to fail because there's no way. Now that I've actually started doing it, there's no way I'm going to finish by the end of October.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. No way.
Okay.
It will be a miracle if it does. But we've been on for an hour. I think we pretty much covered everything we were going to talk about as far as NaNoWriMo and how we're preparing for it.
I think so. Yeah.
And a little bit extra, actually, because we talked about backing up our work and different
Multiple
ways to
devices.
calculate things and different ways to different programs we use, because we've gone over a bunch of different programs that we use to write now, too. So we've kind of gone over a little bit of everything with this live stream.
I think we did good.
I think we've done good, too.
All
So
that
let's go ahead and let's go ahead and wrap this up. I forgot how to do outros.
I go first since I'm the guest.
Yes. I am so tired right now. I have no reason to be tired, but I'm so tired right now. Oh, goodness. I've had plenty of sleep, guys. I'm just not awake.
I hate that feeling too. Like, oh, I'm fully rested, just not fully conscious. But anyways, I am Amy Nobody. I don't have any social media or previously published work to share. I've been joining Sky on these live streams. She's been helping me work through my first foray into fiction. This is my first fiction book, my first fiction project that I've been working on. And I actually started at NaNoWriMo of last year, where I finished my first outline, but I kept toying around with my outlines, building them up to the point where I basically have a rough draft. But I'm going back through, and my goal is to, by the end of November, by the end of NaNoWriMo, to finish my first real rough draft with complete dialogue, purple prose, whole sentences, paragraphs, all that jazz. So that's what I will be working on. I'll be wrapping up what I'm doing so far, any unfinished whatevers, before November, so that at the beginning of November I can start, not from fresh, but I will be starting from kind of like the next phase. I won't have any incomplete scenes like I have now, some incomplete ones, that kind of thing. And it's looking like it's going to come down to I have to write 37 scenes in 30 days. So that's my goal. As long as I finish by the end of November, that's what I'm shooting for, to finish my first real rough draft by the end of November.
Woo! Woo-hoo! And I'll be writing multiple projects across multiple computers and tablets and fun jazz stuff. And as long as I hit 50K, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And you will be using your WordKeeper Alpha to help you make sure that you meet those goals.
Yep, as well as my handy dandy planner, and I've got new ideas that I got from other YouTubers to implement into this that will help as well. So I'll be doing an updated planner video hopefully soon to talk about that.
Cool.
That actually I might film that later today. Yay! Since I don't feel like writing, I might as well do something productive.
Okay.
And I'm avoiding computer files.
Schedule for YouTube again?
My YouTube schedule is every other Tuesday with tag videos. I think there's one coming up this Tuesday that I still need to edit and upload. Every Thursday I'll have a writing related video or a day in the life video. That may change. I might start doing those. I might start doing my day in the life videos every other Tuesday to offset the tag video ones. I haven't decided that fully yet. And then I have my live streams every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And anyone is welcome to join. Just shoot me a message. All my social media links are listed in the description below, as well as any links we've mentioned today. But yes, that's about it. That's what we've talked about today. I am always open for people to join me on my live stream. Just shoot me a message and I'll shoot you a link so you can join us live. And I think that is where we're going to end it. So we will see you all next Sunday, and hopefully we'll actually be writing next Sunday. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I wake up.
We'll see.
We'll see. It's open for discussion. All right. So bye, everyone.
Goodbye.